be friends. Who speaks within there? Name them! Open the door! Of these, which is the natural man? We came into this world like brother and brother, and now let's go hand in hand, not one before another. We own this space! We own this space! We own this space! We own this space!
Hi! Welcome to Chicago Shakespeare Slam 2021-2022. My name is Marilyn Halprin.
I'm Sadaf Habib.
And I'm Kim Hedlund. We're so glad you're here to celebrate our 5th annual Slam program. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors for their lead gift in support of our 21-22 Chicago Shakespeare Slam and our other education programs for students and teachers. This year, 29 teams from 30 different high schools in Chicago and surrounding regions participated. That number represents close to 250 students and teachers.
Some of you will remember that once upon a time in a land before COVID-19, Slam brought us all together throughout the fall semester at our host schools for workshop days and regional bouts, and our final bout staged here at Chicago Shakespeare. But here we are in what we hope will be the final clutches of a global pandemic. And so, to make our Slam community safe and equitable, we invited teams to come together working on one production, though separately, to create a virtual, collaborative Midsummer Night's Dream. Perhaps especially at this time that has been filled with hardships for many. It feels good to be thinking about dreams and love and summer and magic and a touch of mischief.
Each team contributed a scene, interpreted through the lens of their perspectives and told in their own voices. We compiled these scenes to create 2 unique dreams. The 2 productions are very different, as each team told the story that they want to tell. Yet they end in the same way, with a montage created by our entire Slam community.
What you're about to see is the culmination of rehearsals at school, workshops on Zoom and Google Meet, and virtual meetups that brought together teams from different schools. At the end of their rehearsal process, each team recorded and submitted their scene, and then we headed into the editing room. Using nothing more than common household items as props and costumes, each scene incorporates a color scheme that helps the audience track the play's 3 different worlds. For Athens and its inhabitants, this color scheme is black and white. For the workers of the city, called the mechanicals, earth tones. And for the fairy world, rainbow. The resulting productions showcase the magic of bringing together different talents, voices, and imaginative visions.
Of course, these 2 film productions of Shakespeare's play are just one small part of what Slam is about. Slam is also about being in conversation with a complex text. It's about finding your own voice. And more than anything, it's about building community. Whether virtual or in person, the culture of Slam, a culture that is first and foremost participatory and supportive, remains the same.
We are so deeply grateful to each one of our teacher coaches who devoted hours to making this opportunity possible for their students. And we thank, too, each student who said yes to this dreamy idea of being part of an ensemble with 30 different schools across the region. We cannot wait to see what you all have created.
Hello, I'm Barbara Gaines, the Artistic Director of Chicago Shakespeare Theater, and I want you to know from everyone at Chicago Shakes what you have accomplished this year, that you overcame so many COVID challenges and many, many others, and you did it all as a part of your slam community. You have created something completely unique, a Midsummer Night's Dream, unlike any other one done ever in the world. And you created something so beautiful. You created something real from nothing, from air. You will always be a part of the Chicago Shakespeare community, always. And one day, I'm going to be able to welcome you in the lobby of our building in person. And then I will say to you, give me your hands, because we are friends. All artists are friends. We care about each other. We care about the world and making it better. So thank you, friends. And I hope to see you very soon.
We are Bennett Academy.
Homewood Flossmoor High School. We are Kennedy. We are Kenwood.
We are Lincoln Park High School.
We are
Little Village Longdale
High School.
We are Working Project Academy.
Underline Theater.
New Year.
We are Niles North.
We are O School.
We are OPRF. Old Academy High School.
We are Preston.
We are from Round West High School.
We are Rickover Naval Academy.
Brown Lake High School.
We are St. Arts. We are Simeon.
We are South Shore.
Sullivan House.
High School. We are Law School. We are one. And we own this space. And we own this space. And we own this space.
And we own this space.
And we own this space.
So our nuptial hours off on a pace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires.
4 days who quickly steep themselves in night, and 4 nights who quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven to behold the men of our solemnity.
Well, to illustrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with triumph and with reveling.
Happy Theseus, our renowned Greek.
Thanks, Phaedrus. What's the news of thee?
Full of vexation, come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia, stand forth Phoenicius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, my dear Tristan. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou hast at the moonlight's window sun, with cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and her obedience which is due to me, the stubborn harshness. And my gracious dude, Phoenix shall not be here before your grace consent to marry Demetrius. I beg that you put Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which through this gentleman, or through her death, the Queen of Arla ameliorated in this case.
What say you, hermit? The advice I make to you, your mother should be as God. One that composed your beauties, yea, one to whom your heart formed in wax, by her imprinted, and within her power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in his kind, wanting your mother's voice, the other should be held the worthier.
I would my mother looked but with my eyes.
Rather with your eyes must her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not for what power I may bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plague my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, they seem to lull your blood, whether you can endure the livery of a nun, for I to be in the shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that masters throw their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But the earthlier happy is the rose distilled, rather than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in sacred blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin body and blood unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, either prepare to die to disobedience to your mother's will, or else to win Demetrius as you would, or on Diana's ultimate protest for austerity and single life.
Relate, sweet Hermia, and my standard yield. That you praise heaven to my certain worth. You have her mother's love, Demetrius, whom you have Hermia's. You marry her.
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall underpin, and she is mine, in all my right, for I do consent to marry Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he has, well possessed. My love is more than his. My good fortunes every way as fair to me. It's not with advantage as Demetrius can, which is always well to do, and the love of beauty is of real. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius thou vouchest and said, made love to me, your daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes, built in idolatry upon this spotted and inconsistent man.
I must confess I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, call me as you shall know to me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you fit your fancies to your mother's will, or else the law that yields you up, which by no means you may extenuate, to death, or to a vow of single life.
Come by the cause, what you, my love.
Demetrius, since you is still along, I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you about something that almost concerns yourselves.
Do you decide me from it?
Oh, my love, my eyes and cheeks so pale. How chance the roses bear your face and past.
Is all our company here?
We'd best call them generally man by man according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name through all of Athens to plan an interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on. Then, say the name of your actors according to the scroll.
Our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, that is a great piece of work. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready?
You are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover. Kills himself most gallant.
That will let some tears in the true performance of it if I do it. Let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. Yet, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I, Hercules rarely listens. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall make apart the prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from afar and make a mar of foolish face. Oh, that was lovely. Now, say the rest of your plays.
Francis Flute the Bellamander.
Here, Peter Quince.
You play this piece. You were set down for Thisbe.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
A lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, fate, let me not say a woman. I have a beard coming.
That is all one. You must play in a mask and speak as small as you will.
Oh, then let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, love it, dear, oh, lady, dear. Oh.
No. You, Pyramus, and flute. Please.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starling the tailor. You, this is his mother. Tom the tinker.
Here, Peter Quinn.
You, Prima's father. Myself, Thisby's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here's the play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be given me, for I am slow of study.
You must play it in extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, then let me play the lion's part so I will roar, so that the Duke will say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And if you were to do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and ladies, and that were enough to shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us all, every mother's son. I grant you, Prince, if we were to fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. Yet, I will roar as gently as a suckling dove.
You must play no part but Pyramus.
Well, I'll undertake it. Oh, what best beard would I best play it in?
Why, what you will. But masters, here are your parts. I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me at the Palace Wood by moonlight. For if we were to meet at the city, we would be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties that our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we must rehearse most courageously and obscenely. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold, or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you? The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Did he, the queen, come not within his sight? For Oberon is passing fell and red. That she is her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, and crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in Grover Green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there. But room fairies, here comes Oberon. Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Why art thou here? But that forsooth your buskin mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring we met on hill, in dale, forest, or mead. With thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne our continents. The seasons alter, hoary-headed frosts fall on the fresh lap of the crimson rose. The spring, the summer, the chilling autumn, angry winter change their wanton livers, and the amazing world knows not which is which. And these same progenies of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. I do but beg a little changeling boy.
The fairy lands blind not the child of me. His mother was boisterous of my order. Full often has she gossiped by my side, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land. But she being mortal of that boy did die, and for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlit revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Well, give me that boy and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall tie downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove until I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest that very time I saw Cupid all armed? A certain aim he took and loosed his bow. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league. I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes. Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eye. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion or roar bear, on wolf, bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm offers, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I stay, the other stayeth me. You draw me hard-hearted adamant, yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow. Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair, or rather do I not in the plainest truth? Tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you.
And even for that do I love you more. I am your spaniel, Demetrius. The more you beat me, I will fawn on. Use me, but as your spaniel. Spur me, strike me.
Tempt not too much, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of the one who loves you not?
Your virtue is thy privilege. And for that, for you, are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone when all the world is fixing upon me?
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or, if thou follow me, I shall do you mischief in the wood.
Aye! In the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief! Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal upon my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I will follow thee and make heaven on hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph, ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt seek him, and he shall seek love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers of dances and delight. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Thou shalt take some of this and seek through this world. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it, so the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. And look thou meet me ere by the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, O roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute's hint. Some to kill cankers in the musk rosebud, some to warble rumors for their leather wings, to make my small oaks grow, and some to keep back the clamorous owl who nights do foods that are quaint spirits. See me now asleep, then to your opposites and let me rest.
Spider snake with double tongue, bird and hedgehogs, do not sing. Droopings of barrooms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen.
Follow me with melodies, singing our sweet lullaby. Never harm us, still no charm. Come, my lovely lady mine, so good night with
Leaving spiders come not hither. Won't you long ladies with your sense? Leave back approach not near. Warn or snail, do not offense.
Follow me with melodies, singing our sweet lullaby. Never harm us, still no charm. Come, my lovely lady mine, so good night with
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take, love and language for his sake. Be it ounce, cat or bear, hard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye thou shalt appear, when thou wakest it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Be it so, Lysander, for upon this bank I will rest my head. Lay good, Lysander, do not lie so near. Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshew my manners and my pride. If Hermia meant to say Lysander lied, but gentle friend for love and courtesy, lie further off.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found her none, whose eyes I might approve with flowers, sports, and stern love. Night is silent too, here, reach of apples without wear, and hear a sleeping sound on the naked dirty ground. Turn upon eyes I show, all the power this time thou fell. When thou wakest, love forbid secrecy on thy eyelid, so wake when I am gone, for I must not over on.
Charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darling me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath on this fond taste. The more my prayer, the less in my grace. Happy is Hermia wherever so she lies, for how she blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright, not with salt tears? No, if so, my eyes are more often washed than hers. No, I'm as ugly as a bear, for beast and me, run away for fear. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare Hermia's spirit eyes? Who is this on the ground? Lysander, dead or awake? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, wait. Do not say Lysander, say not so. Without he loves your Hermia, your Hermia still loves you. Wherefore was the king to the month reborn? When at your hands did I deserve the scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I never did nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, that you must flaunt my insufficiency? Good sooth you do, good child, and better me to woo, for far well I must confess, I thought you a man of far more true gentleness. Of a lady one be abused, yet another be abused.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my chest. Aid me for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at its crueling prey. Lysander, what removed, Lysander Lord? What out of hearing gone? No sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you are hearing, speak of our loves. I swoon almost with fear. Know, then I will perceive you are not nigh, either deaf or you will find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plush shall be our stage, and we shall do it in action as we shall do it before the do.
Peter Glitz?
Who say this style, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus with Disney that will simply never please. First, Pyramus must draw his sword to kill himself, to which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
I believe we must live the killing out when all is done.
Now, wait! I have advice to make all well. Write me a prologue. Let it seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and that Pyramus is not Pyramus, but I, Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Will the ladies not be afeared of the lion?
You ought to consider with yourselves to bring a god shield. A lion is the most dreadful thing to have such a wild, foul, and fearful. Have your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay! You must name his name and half of his face, but you sing to the lion's neck. And thus, he must say, or to the same extent, fair ladies, I entreat you not to fear. Not to tremble. If I came hither as a lion, it'll be pity of my life. No, I am a man as other men are. And let him state plainly that he has snugged the jointer.
Well, it shall be so, but there is two hard things. That is to bring moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe met by moonlight.
A calendar. Find an almanac. Find out moonshine.
Doth the moon shine at night we play our play?
Yes, it don't shine that night.
Well, why then you leave a casement open where we will play so the moon may shine in?
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns or a lantern and say they come to present the person of moonshine. Oh, we shall have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
Someone must present wall, or have some plaster about him to signify wall, or hold his fingers thus, and through the cranny, Pyramus and Thisbe may whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that grace.
What? It's been months was that we slaggering here. So near the cradle of a fairy queen? What? A place for it? I'll be an auditor.
An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause. Speak, Pyramus.
Thisbe, the flowers, oh dear savor sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors, savor sweet, my dearest Thisbe dear. But ha! A voice. Stay by here a while, and by and by, I will to thee appear.
A stranger, Pyramus, that ear played here.
Must I speak now?
Mary, you must understand that he goes to see a noise that he heard that is to come again.
Most radiant pyramids, most lily-white hue of the color red rose on a triumphant briar. Most brisk juvenile in you, as truest horse that shall never tire. I'll meet the pyramids at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb! Man, why must you not speak that yet? You speak all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramids enter. Your cue is passed.
As true as horse that yet will
Never
never tire.
Oh, strength! We are haunted! Pray masters, fly masters!
Why do they run?
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through ball, through bush, through break, through fire.
Sometimes I'll be a horse, a hound, a hog, a hairless deer, sometimes a fire.
And neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn, like a horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn!
Why do they run from me? It's many of them to make me afraid.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
You see an ass of yourself, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom! Thou art translated!
There's many of them to make me afraid. But I will not stir from this place. I'll walk up and down, and I will sing. They will see that I am not afraid.
I see their crazy joke in Navarre. They're trying to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir. I am not afraid. I will sing loud enough for them to hear. The ozo cock so black of hue with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his nose so true. The wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, who's full of himself doth mark, and dares not answer.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again.
Methinks, mistress, you should have a little reason.
Thou art wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither, but if I had wit to leave this wood, I would go.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. This summer shall dote upon me on my state. And I do love thee, therefore go with me. And I'll give thee fairies to attend to thee, and they shall fetch jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on a bed of dost flowers sleep. And I shall purge the mortal grossness, so that the art shall like airy go. My fairies, I have orders for these.
Peace, Blossom, ready and at your will, Queen.
Where art thou, Cobweb? Cobweb, art thou asleep? Wake up, Cobweb.
I, Cobweb, am at your service.
My tongue is at your service, Queen.
Ma, at your service, Queen.
Very good. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Pluck the wings from a butterfly and fan the moonlight from his sleeping eyes. Bow, my fairies.
Hail, mortal, at your service.
Hail, mortal. Hail, mortal, your wish is my command.
Mortal, hail.
Hail.
I beseech you all. I beseech your worship's name.
I am Cobweb, sire.
I shall desire to get to know you more. If I shall cut my finger, I will bolt it with your web. And your name, I beseech you, sprite?
I am Peas Blossom, here to serve.
Ah, your father, Master P, correct? I wish to know you more. And you, what's your name?
I'm Moth, and I like your service today.
Ah, whenever it is dark, I need your light. Thank you. I wish to know you more as well. And you, what's your name?
I am Mustard Seed.
Ah, your tartness. My family and I consume you just to give us some seasoning on our meat. Thank you very much.
Upon him. Take him to my bower. The moon. Methinks. Look. Watery eyes. And when she weeps, weeps every little flower.
Hee-haw!
Tie his tongue and take him away, the silent way.
Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? My mistress with a monster is in love. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, met together to rehearse a play when the shallowest thick skin of that barren sort forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did at him this advantage take, at Astadil I fixed on his head. But hast thou yet
latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice,
as I bid thee do? And the Athenian woman by his side, that when she waked, of course she must be eyed. Stand
close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the same woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart by your stern cruelty, yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brief touch! Could not a worm an adder do so much?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead. All that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell them that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure will pay. Before his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite,
and laid the love juice on some true love's sight.
Some true love turned, and not a false turned true. About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens, look thou find.
All fancy 6 years and pale of cheer, with signs of love that cost the fresh blood dear.
By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go, swifter than air for the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye,
hit with Cupid's archery.
sink an apple of his eye. When his love doth he espy,
Let her shine as gloriously
as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me. Show we their fond pageancy? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand
aside. The noise they make will cause
Demetrius to awake.
Then we'll two at once woo one, and those things who best please you that befall preposterously.
Why should you think I should win scorn? Scorn and duration never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and thou soul born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things to me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, but truth kills truth. Ah, devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Do you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eye? Oh, crystal is muddy. How ripen show thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow, when thou holdst up thy hand. Let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Ah, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And with all goodwill, with all my heart, and Hermia's love, I yield you up my part.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will not. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guest do I sojourn. Now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou wilt buy it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, but from the eyes function takes, but you're more quick and apprehension makes. And mine, I think it brought me to thyself, but why so unkindly didst thou leave me so? Lysander's love, not pressed to go. Your love could press Lysander from my side. Lysander's love, thou wilt not let him bide. Ah, fair Helena, who more gilds the night than all yon fiery eyes and oaths of light. Why seekest thou me? Cannot make me know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so? You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo! She is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to spite me with this foul derision? Has all the counsel that we have shared, the sisters' vows, the days that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot? The sisters' vows, the days that we have spent, and will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in spiting your poor friend?
I scorn you not. It seems so as you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and your other love, Demetrius, who all but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, precious, divine, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your command, by your consent?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well chronicled, well carried, shall be chronicled. But fare thee well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena! Hear my plea. My loves, my life, all fair Helena.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent. Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel. Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose, for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not. I say I love thee more than he can do. If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. Quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Away, you. No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man, go. Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love? Out, loathed medicine, O hated potion, hence.
Do you not jest? Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee. I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll trust not your word. Should I strike her, hurt her, kill her, dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What? Can you not do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me. What news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me.
I, by my life, never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of question, of hope, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer, 'tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me? You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him? Have you no modesty, no maiden shame? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you! Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive she have made compare. In our statures, she hath urged her height. And with her personage, her tall personage. Her height, forsooth, she has prevailed with him. And I so grown high in his esteem? Because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, though painted maple? Speak! How low am I? Am I not yet so low? But my nails can reach to thine eyes? Oh, I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I am a right maid of my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her. Lower? Hark again. Good Hermia, don't be so bitter with me. I ever did love you. Hermia, did your counsels never wronged you? Save that with love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you for love. I followed him.
And now, so you will let me quite go to Athens, I will bear my folly back and follow you no further.
Why? Get you gone.
Who is it that hinders you? A foolish heart I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena. No, sirs, she shall not, though you take her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again?
Nothing but low and little? Why will you suffer her to flout me thus?
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass maid, you bead, you acorn. You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it. Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena. Follow. Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress? All this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. But my legs are longer, though, to run away. I am amazed and know not what to say.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence, or else thou committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook.
Then now you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garment he had on?
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy lovers so astray, as one come not within another's way. And crush this herb until Lysander's eye, who hath this virtuous property, to remove all error from his might and make his eyeballs roll with wanton sight. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste.
For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast.
Haste, make no delay. We shall effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down.
For I am feared in field and town, thousand lead them up and down.
Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where
I
art thou?
will lead thee straight.
Follow me then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward. Speak. In some bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Come, recreant, come thou child. I'll beat thee with the rod. He is the foul who draws the sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no man here.
He goes before me and he still dares me on. I come where he calls and then he is gone. The village must lighter healed than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in dark, uneven way. And here arrest me. Oh, come, my gentle day, for but once show me thy great light. I'll find Demetrius and revenge this fight.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me, for while I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay,
Then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Oh. Now, go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure myself on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Weary night, long and tedious night. Abate thy hour, shine comforts from the east, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eyes. Steal me a while to mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds make a four.
Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a neighbor's slide, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. I can no further crawl, no further go. Here lies with me to the break of day. Heavy chill lies in it, if they need it.
On the ground, sleep sound. I will fly to your eye. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy.
Thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye.
Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his merry gang, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, and while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom? Ready? Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Ready? Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get your weapon in your hand. Kill me a red tumblebee on top of a thistle! Ah! And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey back. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, have a care of the honey bag. Break not! I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, Senor! Honey bag! Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed? Ready! Give me your neef. Neef. Oh, pray you leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What is your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Capillary Cobweb to scratch. Oh, I must to the barber's, Monsieur, for methinks I marvels hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly? A peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have venturous fairies that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, be always away. So doth the woodbine, sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. How I love thee, how I dote on thee.
seest thou this sweet sight? For dotage now I do begin to pity, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and my fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain.
That's he, awaking when the other do. May all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream.
But first, I will release the fairy queen. Ow, be as thou wast wont to be.
Ow.
See as thou wast wont to see.
Ow.
Dine's bud or Cupid's flower.
Ow.
Hath such force and blessed power. Ooh. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Ooh. My Oberon, what visions have I seen? You thought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now!
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music hall, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five ascents.
Music, ho, music such as charmeth the sleep. And now, when thou wakest, thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly. There shall the pair of faithful lovers be, wedded all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the warning rock.
Then, my queen, we the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now, our observation is performed, and, since we have devoured of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flute, so sanded, and their heads are hung with airs that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dewlapped like Thessian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each a cry more tunable, was never hollow too, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
Oh, my lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander. This Demetrius is, and this Helena, old Nader's Helena. Oh, I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good. Go, bid the huntsman wake up them with horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you, all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How come this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy? To sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply immediately, half sleeping, half waking. But as yet, I swear I can't truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly what I speak, and now I do methink me, so it is.
I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough! Enough! But, oh my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, with Demetrius, but thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your life and me of my consent. Well, my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me, but my lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love for Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the virtue, the faith, the object and pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, as a betrothed there, I saw Hermia. But as in sickness I loathe this food, but now in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. And Jesus, I overbear your will, for in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for mourning now is something worn, our purpose hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains tended in the clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So we think, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure they are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you know you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yeah, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did follow us to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. Most fair Pyramus. Hey ho! Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Starveling. Snout the tinker. God's my life. Stolen hands left me asleep. I have had the most rare vision. I've had the past, the width of man, to say what dream it was. Man is for the ass, if he goes about expound to the dream. Me thought I was, there is no man can tell what me thought I was, and me thought I had. But a man is but a patch fool, if he will offer to say what me thought I had.
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of his dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom.
And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke.
Have you sent to Bottom's home? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, don't it?
It's not possible. You have not a man in Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he...
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport has gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bosom, Bottom, thus have he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have got 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll hang he would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts? Bottom, most courageous day, the almost happy hour. Master, I am discouraged of wonders, but ask me not. What for if I tell you? I am not true Athens, I will tell you everything right as they tell of.
Let us hear, sweet bottom.
In any case, let this cease be. Have clean liners, and let them not him that plays. The lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out of the lion's claw. And most dear actress, eat no onions nor garlic, for both utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt for it to hear they say it is sweet comedy. No more words. Away, go away.
More strange than true, I may never believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing the local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination that, if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends. Joy and fresh days full of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us. Wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now. What masks, what dances shall we have, to wear away this long age of 3 hours, before or after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks? What music? How shall we beguile such lazy time, if not with some delight?
There are brief many sports that are ripe. Come forth and choose which your highness will see first.
The battle of the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Will none of that. That have I told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riots of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the thrashing singer apart in their rage. That is an old device, and it was used when I from Thebes came last to conquer. The thrice 3 muses, mourning the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. That is hot as ice, wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord to this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words, which is as brief a play as I have ever seen, but by 10 words it is too long, which makes it tedious, for in all the plays there's not one word or player fitted, and tragical it is, for Pyramus doth kill himself. When saw rehearsed, I must confess, made eyes water, but more merry tears. The passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do plate? Hard-headed men that work in Athens here, which have never labored in their minds till now, and have toiled in their unbreathed memories with the same play against your nuptial.
And we will see it.
No, my lord. It is not for you. I have seen it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intent, scorned and stretched with cruel pain to do you service.
I will see that play, for never anything can be amiss. When simpleness and duty tender it, go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged, or duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
What kind are we?
To give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do. Noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purpose to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent and their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have thrown off, without paying me any welcome. Trust me, sweet. Out of this silence, yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of this fearful duty, I read as much from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious elegance, love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in the least of my speech, in my capacity.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill.
That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill.
To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end.
Consider then, we come but in despite.
We do not come as minding to condemn you. Our true intent is
all for your delight. We are not here.
That you should hear repent you.
The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you're like to know.
This fellow does not stand upon points.
He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain.
This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous Lady Thisbe is certain.
This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder.
And through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder.
This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo.
This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night did scare away, or rather did affright.
And, as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain.
Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain.
Whereat with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast.
And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died.
For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
Wonder if the lion may to speak. No wonder, my lord. One lion may what many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that it had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better? It is the wittiest partition that I have ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence! O grim look at night, O night with hue so black, O night which ever art when day is not, O night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through who I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, you should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall, you pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moan, reparting my fair pureness in me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see your voice. Now will I to the chink to spy my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love! Thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou will. I am thy lover's grace. Oh, kiss me through this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou, as Ninny's tomb, meet me straight away?